Oh my goodness. Look what I just caught under my table. Does anybody know what this is? I just caught it. It was just like doing something under my desk. I think she's a full-time trader, guys, that lives under my desk and she's been scalping my profits. What are you doing, Peanut? You little chunky donkey. Get out of here. So, what's up, guys? That's my cat, Peanut. For those that don't know, she only trades this coin called Peanut Coin. Do you guys know it? The coin PNUT. She's actually the founder and the CEO and the first peanut billionaire. I also have another cat named Cookie, and Cookie only trades, you can guess it, only Cookie Coin. She's also the CEO and future billionaire of Peanut and Cookie Coin. They only long, they never short anything. One time I tried to short Cookie and I lost last month I lost like $5,000. You know what my cat told me? She's like, don't ever short me again. So welcome everybody. Today's date is, it's near the end of the month. We're going to keep this video under about 15 minutes. It's now June the 30th, a Sunday. We're going to wrap up the month to see how the crypto markets have been going. Talk about the potential of how Bitcoin could trend. Is there an altcoin season coming? And I'm going to give you guys a quick lesson as well on day trading, since I know a lot of you have also expanded into that market to try to extract profits. So welcome everybody. My name is Phil, and I've been sick for about over a week. I haven't been online at all. So I've been forced to just day trade at home on the phone. So just trading on this Samsung Z Fold 6 phone. And it's been amazing actually to trade on it. I went on a $21,000 win streak since June the 21st, and I'm going to review some of the trades that I took. I finished off the month at about 35K. It was a very slow month. You guys can see my cat here. She's my assistant. It's very difficult to get anything in. She's like, do you guys see this chart right here? This one here is the best coin that you should be looking at. That one right there. Everybody, you need to long it right there. Peanut, it's impossible to do a live stream with you, I swear. So we're going to go over some of the trades I took, and I hope that when we analyze the market and also take a look at some of the trades that I've taken, it can give you some insight on how to maybe guide yourself. And I want you guys to know this is not financial advice. So for those that know me, I've been in the crypto space now for about 10 years, going on 11 very soon next year. I've made a tremendous amount of money in the market. I've also lost a lot as well, to be quite honest, right? Because it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. There will be some bear markets where you're going to lose some of your profits. But thankfully, I've been able to do a lot of great things with it, with the profits, such as retired my parents. That's one of the biggest milestones of my life. The second biggest milestone is to be able to live in a gorgeous house here in Turkey and be able to travel with my partner and especially be able to take care of my parents. Those are some of the most important milestones that I've reached, and I've got to thank crypto for that. And another large milestone, of course, that I want for everybody is to have the freedom to not have to work for someone else, to be your own boss and to liberate yourself from just the burdens of the modern day societies, right? So I'm very grateful for crypto. Right now, guys, Bitcoin is making this pattern that is worrying everybody. It's called the lower high pattern, okay? For those that are familiar with it, good. For those that are not, a lower high is basically just where points keep, whenever it goes on a downtrend, it keeps making lower highs like that, okay? So this is what it's making right now. In fact, if you look at it closely, Bitcoin looks like it's making a descending triangle or getting ready to. Some people would argue it's a bull flag, but we got to remember that we're very close to the end of the bull market season. And I can prove this to you as well, that we're very close. And I don't think this is going to be a multi mega cycle. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin ROI after the halving. So when the halving begins, Bitcoin goes on a major parabolic rally, reaches a top, and then everything ends up dropping. Okay, so what ends up happening in the past few years is we bull market from anywhere between 525 to 546 days. We are now already in day about 535. So maybe about 110 days maximum that we have, which is about 4 months potentially. which is about October. So, and the good news though is that if something were to happen, it's going to happen in the very last few months of the bull market. That's where 80 to 90% of the profits are made. For example, if you take a look at the total 3 market cap for 2021, you're going to see that this right here from July till November, in this 100-day period, that's where the bull market went crazy. That's where coins like Solana, Axis, Phil, Bell, they did thousands and thousands of percent gains. The altcoins went crazy. So if an altcoin season were to begin, it needs to begin very, very soon. Also, Bitcoin needs to break above 111K. The all-time high needs to be broken with force, with conviction, for this market to continue. Otherwise, all that we can see here is what we're left with no choice to see, which is we have a lower high. We want the bull market to continue further, but that's hopium at its best. And hopium is not the best strategy. The better strategy is to trade it when there's a higher high and a higher low that breaks out. But for now, we don't see that. We also see Bitcoin in the total market cap, actually, not just Bitcoin, but we're seeing this massive expanding diagonal. And this expanding diagonal, it could, of course, break to the upside. But for now, as we see it, it's more likely to trend within this pattern that's been confined for a very long time now. So I have no choice but to believe that we're probably going to figure it out going into 2026. I don't think much is going to happen, in my humble opinion. But that's why I don't care about it. I don't care if the bull market continues or not. The reason why I don't care is because I'm waiting for the next bottom. I'm waiting for the next 400-day drawdown, 70 to 80% move down to accumulate further. Why am I waiting for that now? Is because everybody, the bull market season started in basically in 2023, the beginning. You've now had a whopping 3 years, 2.5 years to make a tremendous amount of money. So anybody that says that the bull market never came this cycle, it did come. You just missed a gigantic portion of it. And also the coins behaved very, very differently. Keep in mind that Bitcoin did hit the bottom, okay? And Bitcoin was at 15K. And now we've already done a 10x. Every year, the ROI potential is lower because the market cap is higher and the market's more diluted with coins in the market. So you've had your chance, in my opinion, not financial advice, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to day trade. I believe that day trading is going to bring in a tremendous amount of capital versus investing. It's also going to severely reduce your stress as well. That's why I'm not just a degenerate day trader or a degenerate investor. I'm going to do both. I'm going to also swing when the market is better. And just to show you some of the profits that I've taken in the past few days, some of them are gigantic. Some of them is what people would make in a month or two of working. I have to post it. I didn't actually post it, I realized. My VPN is off. So we're going to also review some of these trades for those that are interested. And I'm also going to give you guys an opportunity to ask questions, because if you ask questions, it's going to give you an opportunity to learn, right? So it's always the best approach. If you see something, learn from it. Don't be envious of people making profit. You guys will eventually get there yourselves. And I want to see a lot of people make a tremendous amount of profit, okay? So this is just in the past few days since I've been sick, okay? Starting with Fun on June 21, I took a fairly large position. It was a $4,000 profit. Then Fun again, OBO, lots and lots of Fun that you guys will see. Fun. I just destroyed it on Fun. Even though it had a high funding fee, more Fun again, $2,500. Lost a little bit on Fun, lost a little bit more on Fun, but won way bigger. Even more. It just keeps going and going. And then this was a really big one on SEI, which I'm going to go over with you guys. And then Rare was a great coin to trade as well. BSW for a quick scalp. PNG for a quick loss. Another quick loss on PNG. And then a win on PNG. And then a good win on LPT to finish off yesterday. And this right here is my monthly my P&L just for the past 7 days. So it's nothing crazy, but it's substantial to a lot of people. So I'm up about $11,000 since just June the 23rd. And that's a lot, right? Once you have these skills, you can like that's a big number to a lot of people, but a little number to a lot of people, right? Everyone's going to have a different goal. So it's important to align your goals with where you are. And of course, once you reach these milestones, it's going to allow you to reach bigger goals. I remember if you guys were following me in 2016 when I was posting $50 profits on Twitter, right? But I was doing that like how many times? I was doing that like 6, 7 times a day, right? And I was proud of myself because the goal was to make more than I did at a normal job. My goal was to make more than $100 a day because in my mind, it registered if I made $100 a day, that's $3,000 a month if I traded every day, which is more than a normal job. And that made me happy. I remember when I first made that kind of money consistently for a few months, it was a very, very satisfying feeling. And then you shoot for 150, 200, 300. Now, on a busy month, I can shoot for hundreds of thousands, as you guys have seen me perform, right? Yeah, $50 wins were amazing back then, right? You have to remember your humble beginnings. This way you can appreciate it more when you don't understand the rainy days, right? Or the days that are cloudy or the sour. You're not going to understand the sweet or the beautiful sunny days. So make sure you always appreciate the milestone and the journey, because when you get to where you want to be, you're going to be a lot happier with what you have. So some of the coins that we'll look at is just, for example, rare. Actually, let's just look at Fun. Fun was a wild coin to trade. And it was one of the best coins to trade, to be honest, that I've seen. This was so ridiculous to trade. And I caught pretty much the top. That was a high funding fee coin. And it was a very dangerous coin to short. But I just coincidentally caught it. I was just shorting the kernel, right? So the kernel is one of the best methods to short. And I was shorting in a very low time frame after it went parabolic. I caught this guy No, that wasn't it actually. It was on another day. It was on the 21st. My bad. This one right here. Oh, no. This guy right here. This is the one that I caught. Yeah, this is the one that I caught. I'm going to try to bar replay it back up. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong one. I didn't catch the top of the 23rd. I caught this guy right there. That one was a crazy one to catch. I'll explain how I caught it. It was just shorting a kernel. I believe it was on a 1 minute or a 2 minute time frame. I can't remember exactly which one. Maybe even a 5 minute or a 3 minute. But there is one kernel that was like, okay, when this one breaks, it's going to break. Could have been an 8 minute. It was one of these kernels. No, it was a 5 minute right here. So the kernel is a very powerful trend indicator, okay? It's a very powerful trend indicator. And if it hovers here for a long period of time, bounces, here it's hovering. It starts to get red. And that's where I shorted it, on this guy right there. Okay, on the breakdown when the kernel, when the kernel starts to break down. So Fun was a very, very, very good coin to trade. And you can also see other commonalities as well, right? So for example, if you look on the kernel, the kernel is like a super trend indicator. I'm not going to make it a secret indicator. It's called the Lorentzian classification indicator. Anybody can download it and it's free. Okay, so it's just like another indicator like the chandelier exit or EMA. Notice how it trends above it, 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 trends above it. Boom. The break is where you short it. That's pretty much what I did, but on a lower time frame. Make sense? Another really good coin that I caught was SEI. Okay. And by the way, guys, like, you guys need to check it out. I'll show you. Okay. These are things you need to learn. Very important for you to learn to be hyper successful. And there's nobody better that can teach you it. I promise. Go to the link below in this video, or go to my Twitter and just click on here, bio.site/Philakone. I run a very, very good Discord group. Now that I feel better and well rested, it's going to be crazy full time. Back in action full time. I've got 2 different tiers, the basic tier and the elite tier. Okay, the platinum tier is completely sold out for a long time. Nobody can get into it for at least 6 months. That's where I live trade. And when I live trade, they get to see me live trade with the stream. So that's off the table. But there's the other 2 that are really good for the beginners and intermediates. Then I got 2 courses. One's a beginner to intermediate course, and the other one's an advanced course. Okay, it's good to take the beginner to intermediate course. It can come packaged with the course by itself or with the elite tier group. So take a look at that, guys. So let me explain to you how I caught SEI. Okay, this was a really, really beautiful trade. Say it was one of the coins where you just know it was going to be one of the best coins to trade, okay? How did you know? Because it made 5 mother effing beautiful Elliott waves that could not have been any better than anything that anybody could have ever friggin' seen, right? So it made this right here. Whenever you see 5 just perfect Elliott waves like that, you must short the market. You must short it with precision. Okay, that's one thing you just have to do. There's no choice, okay? So that's where one of my other profit was. When it makes 5 like that, I don't give a crap. You just short it blind if you have to, okay? You see 5 waves like that, when it's getting up a little bit higher, when you see bearishly diverging RSI, you just short it. Okay, this is one of my best strategies. I'm sure you guys all know it. And that's how I was able to catch a gigantic trade over here, okay? So that's just a typical Philakone 5 Elliott wave theory trade. Another one was on LPT, okay? No, rare. It was on rare. So this will be the last one I'll review for you guys very, very quickly here. Okay, let's exit the bar replay. And this one was a hard one to catch, but nevertheless, still caught it, right? This guy right here. The reason I caught it is because it made 5 waves, right? It made 5 waves, but you have to really look at it closely to understand it. Okay, so this makes a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which makes the 1, and then this makes a 2, right? And then the next one makes a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? Therefore, this one must be the 5th by deduction, okay? In all the courses that I have, I teach Elliott Wave on another level. Like, I'm not going to be able to teach you it very quickly, but it's basically a theory that just says there's 5 waves, and you just got to learn how to count them. Once you learn how to count them, and you can kind of see them like that, you basically just are able to catch the market when you short it, right? This one there, I caught it because of here. I caught it because of there, actually, because I was scared of it making a pattern. So if you notice over here, it's making a higher low pattern. And that's where I ended up catching it for a really good scalp, okay, on rare. This is for a few thousand. Do you see the higher low pattern, this white line that forms? So when it broke there, I shorted it with force, right? I shorted it extremely hard with confidence. The thing about my strategies is you have to be very confident to use them, right? That's why I'm able to go on like, this is not normal, right? It's not, I'm not bragging it either. Like, don't take it the wrong way, but win streaks like this, they're not normal. Because people are like, Philakone, why don't you show your losses? The truth is, I just don't have a lot, guys. Because my strategies are so powerful that, and they're so refined and optimized, that I just don't take the trades that I even think I might even lose a little bit. You know what I mean? So I just go for the trades where I know I'm going to win. See, that's the SEI trade. That one was a really big one, right? And then that's the rare trade. And you just need one trade like this a month. One decently leveraged trade like that a month. And you will, when I don't know if 2,000 or 3,000 is a lot or a little to people, but to a lot of people, it's a lot, right? If you make that one trade for $3,000 profit and you've never done it before, you know how that's going to make you feel? You're going to be like, what the heck just happened? But then you do it again, right? You prove it to yourself and then you do it again. And then you do it again. Then you keep doing it consistently. And then by the time you know it, you're at $100,000, right? And that's the beauty of crypto. So I'm just going to wrap up the video now. But do you guys have any questions at all? I want to see if you guys have any questions. I'd like to answer some questions. I'll spend like 5 minutes looking at some random coins for you guys since we're here, okay? I want you guys to feel appreciated. If you guys don't have any coins to ask about, because I haven't streamed in a long time, I'll just log off. But I'll give you guys like 5 minutes of my time just to see if you have any random coins you'd like me to take a look at. Maybe you're in a position or something like that. Nobody's answering. Alrighty, if nobody's answering, that's fine. I'll be here again. Every Sunday, I'll do kind of similar format, reviewing the market, showing you guys some of my trades. The elite group in Discord, they're gonna get a review every week from now on. I'm streamlining Discord, and the course is a lot more soon. Total 3, absolutely I can. Okay. So total 3 totals. Total 1 looks brutal. Like the total 1 looks very, very bad. The total 1 looks like it's in a kind of expanding diagonal. So we're very confused about where it can go. Okay, the total 2 is the same thing, right? It's in a lower high setting. It needs to break out for us to do anything. Total 3 is the exact same thing as total 1. So there's not really much going on with it. Ethereum is the most underperforming coin that I see here, Kelechi. It is incredibly underwhelming, and this is the general pattern of Ethereum. The general pattern of Ethereum says that we're going to consolidate for another 5 years, 4.5 years. That's what it looks like, right? Ethereum was the most underperforming coin. It also did drop 65% since last year already. You know what I mean? Like Bitcoin didn't drop at all. Bitcoin's still at the top. Ethereum dropped like a normal altcoin. Despite us wanting, we all want Ethereum to perform well, it's very difficult to put your money into an asset that is one of the most underperforming assets right now, right? So I don't recommend, if I had to tell my parents, my family, my girlfriend, my cat something and gave them financial advice, but not give you guys it, like if I had a good conversation with a family friend, I'd tell them now's not the time to DCA, because you had your chance for 2 years to DCA and buy altcoins, and now you think that there's 5% left to go. That 5 or 10% left to go of the season, it's not the time to get greedy. It's the time to be safe, the time to be day trading instead, in my opinion, okay? XRP, it's been adopted into the Federal Reserve, right? Along with like Cardano and stuff. But you guys have to really understand the mechanics behind XRP and the fundamentals behind it, okay? It is not going to penetrate banking systems anytime soon, because banking systems have too much capital, too much power, too much influence in the world, too much traditional value for them to change. As much as XRP can do things like in 2017, they held a conference called the Swift conference, right? Right next to they called it the Cybos conference, right next to the Swift conference in Toronto in 2017, literally within the same week. That's when the XRP surged to the moon, saying that you now have a competitor. But you have to be realistic. It's been years. XRP hasn't done anything, and they're not going to do anything anytime soon. If you have money holding XRP, prepare to wait a very long time. But that wait will be worth it. But keep in mind that, to me, holding XRP in a bull market is not wise, because there will be many coins that will heavily outperform XRP. So it's better to shift that capital to a better performing asset. That's my opinion of XRP. Philakone, we'll look at it from a technical perspective. Everybody loves Philakone. It's been one of the most wild coins to day trade. I remember day trading this. Do you remember my girl? I was gonna say, do you remember Babe? Because she's watching my stream right now. Do you remember Babe? We were trading this in January, right? We were trading that in January, and then in the Philippines we were trading this whole cycle. Philakone been one of honestly a very good coin to trade. It has been one of my absolute favorite meme coins to trade, with one of the best structures that was so reliable. But right now it's at a point where it's like, like what's gonna happen? Like, we don't know, right? So it's one of my favorite coins though. But right now it's looking more bearish than bullish, put it that way, like anything else, right? I agree that ETH is dead for now, right? Cardano's was always been interesting, but I don't like Charles really that much. Also, Charles, like you have to think about don't think about it from the perspective of Cardano by itself. Think about it from the perspective of the big ones out there, like Polkadot, okay? You think about coins like Polkadot, they've actually broken their 5-year low. That's right. Polkadot is the first major altcoin, right? Major top 20 altcoin to break below the all-time low in 5 years. Polkadot has their team abandoned them. Beautiful tech, but there's just no team, no devs anymore. Too complicated for the average Joe to build on it too. Why would people choose Polkadot when they can choose Solana, even despite its interoperability? I'm sorry, but I give a big thumbs down to Polkadot now. Same thing with Cardano. Okay, like from a technical perspective, there's a lot of mistrust in the system now. It didn't make a new low, but after it got added to the Federal Reserve, you would expect something a little bit more than that. But I think we can all agree that politicians are just lining up their own pockets. And now it's just stale. There's not a single well-performing coin right now. This is called the Crypto Screener for TradingView. It's new for those that don't use it. We're going to take a look at the gainers, the monthly gainers, okay? See what's gained for the month. And there is not that much actually. So this crypto screener of mine, what it does is it tells me what has moved the most this month, okay? And it has to move over 25%. So there's actually only 1, 2, 3, about 15 coins. 15 coins have moved over 25% this month for June. So you know that's not a lot. The biggest coins were, of course, Fun and Bid. And those were the coins that I made the most money on as well. So the market has been incredibly slow so far. But I'm going to end the stream because this can go on for a long time. Every Sunday, just join me, guys. We'll do a little bit more of this. I'll give you a market update, review some of my trades. And make sure you guys are taking a click at the link below. You guys need to learn my strategies. It's one of the best courses out there that you will ever see. And also take a look at the Discord group. I'm very excited to have you guys as my students. Have a great night, and thank you very much for joining me. Bye now.